Nike, you need to start worrying.
Wow! Okay!
Today, we explore how Big Baller Brand is Nike's 2017 version of 2013 Kanye. So as you know, Lonzo Ball been ballin'. The kid has led the Lakers to the NBA Summer League final, and he's been named the MVP of the Summer League. And you know why that's relevant? Because we're talking about it. When was the last time you talked about Summer League? I've been a Lakers fan for nearly 2 decades. Not once have I remembered a Summer League creating this much buzz. But more on this in a minute. Long story short, Lavar Ball, Lonzo's dad, has become a household name. He's basically the Donald Trump of basketball. He approached all the major shoe companies as an independent label, trying to get a co-partnership not to be bought out. And he's coming in with the leverage of 3 basketball prodigy kids. They were laughed out of the room by all those companies. Since then, Lonzo's debuted his independent sneaker, the ZO2s. Alright, the shoe costs nearly $500. Pre-order sales haven't been great. It's an obvious hybrid of a Nike Kobe and an Adidas Ultra Boost. But last I checked, your shoe doesn't have to be beautiful for people to really want it and to buy it up. Some people really weren't a fan of this when it first released, and still aren't. Some of you don't even know what this is. Mixed thoughts on this too. DMV, don't hate me. The bigger issue is the major shoe companies, and especially Nike, have a lot to lose by not locking up Lonzo. You all know the classic cliche, those who don't learn their history are doomed to repeat it. Or something like that. Let's start with some recent history. Nike underestimates Steph Curry. Steph Curry signs with Under Armour. Steph Curry starts to OD. And not only did Nike lose out on Steph, we all did. Anyone that tells you Under Armour has an advantage in basketball footwear compared to Nike don't know nothing. Nike not only makes superior basketball products, but these shoes come attached with stories and fantastic designs and great marketing. I'm a fan of Steph Curry. I want to buy one of his shoes. You know how tight I am that there's no Steph Curry shoe that wows me? How tight I am there aren't any of those classic Nike branded commercials targeted towards Steph Curry? I can't ever look at a Steph commercial and sit back and be like, damn, good commercial. But that's Steph. Let's look back into the 1980s and Adidas. Michael Jordan was basically begging Adidas to sign him, and Adidas didn't think it was worth it. Meanwhile, Nike, this young, new, underdog company coming at it aggressive as a dog, ended up with Jordan because Adidas didn't think Jordan was worth it. And I'd argue to this day, if it wasn't for Kanye West, Adidas would still be kicking themselves about that Jordan decision all these years later. Now on to Kanye. This one I sort of get on Nike's side. Unlike in the Jordan days, when Nike was still an up-and-comer, underdog, hungry, scratching and clawing. But now, they're this publicly traded Goliath of a corporation that's on top and trying to stay on top. And those are totally different games. A huge company like Nike needs to stay ahead by planning 5 to 10 years worth of business in advance. So when a beautiful miracle like Kanye rolls around and creates masterpiece artwork like the Yeezy 1 and the Yeezy 2 for Nike, you can't exactly just halt the brakes on 5 to 10 years worth of business plans down the line just because this one guy came along who's not even an athlete, and that's who's at the foundation of your company. Fine, I get it, Nike. I get it. I get it. I understand. But that brings me back to Lonzo. Lately, he's been switching out his own Big Baller Brand sneakers in exchange for a variety of sneakers, including Nikes, Adidas, Jordans, Under Armour. And some are quick to jump on that and say, he's already abandoned his own brand, fake news, exposed. But wait a minute, hold up.
Hold my phone.
How many of you own multiple pairs of shoes? How many of you own multiple shoes from different brands? How many athletes do you know that get busted for wearing another brand's apparel when they're signed to a different brand? What Lonzo is doing is a beautiful thing. You know how he's selling Big Baller Brand? He's selling freedom. So wait, you're telling me if I sign to Big Baller Brand, I can rock Big Baller Brand, but also whatever I want? That's a great deal. It's a very powerful thing. Sometimes it seems like only Kylie Jenner has the power to pull off something like that. Being signed to Puma, but anytime I ever see any pictures of her, it's always in Adidas. Yeah, I see you, Kylie. Busted! Excited. But at the end of the day, none of this is relevant unless Lonzo is balling. And he's doing more than that. MVP of the Summer League, led the nation in assists last year, achieving multiple triple-doubles in the Summer League. I don't think anyone's ever even done that once before this year. And he's a quiet, humble kid who plays the right way. His dad is his biggest asset. Can you imagine you get to hype yourself up to the level of a Conor McGregor or a Ronda Rousey, except when you finally have a setback, the media doesn't jump all over you. They jump all over your dad. It's perfect. And Lavar's got the thickest skin I've ever seen. I've never seen a more charming man in my life. The guy has an answer for everything. Props to Lavar, yo. Now back to Nike. You lost Kanye, fine. Let Adidas have a share of the lifestyle market. Your claim to fame, Nike, is athletics and athleisure. You cannot afford to lose Lonzo Ball, the athlete. If Lonzo becomes the next transformative player of the game of basketball, you best believe you're gonna see a lot of future players entering the league looking to go independent. And that could spell disaster for Nike's future. But what do I know? I'm just a Lakers fan. And with that, we out. Peace.